Hello, and welcome to the first episode in our new series. We are the Kennyland Scientist Group, and we bring you this broadcast. In episode 1 of our new series, which is this episode starting today, we're going to be talking about the biology and much more about Hatchimals. Specifically in today's episode, how Hatchimals go through sex and how their babies grow. You may find this topic uncomfortable. If you do, this is your warning sign to click off now. Let's start from the beginning of it all. Start with the anatomy of the Hatchimal. How do Hatchimals exactly have children? Hatchimals go through a very similar process followed by humans, where, well, sex happens, you know? Honestly, there are very minor differences here. Hatchimals get pregnant. They don't carry eggs like you would think. Because that's Kennyland logic, as Kenny would say. Each gender of Hatchimal is male and female. The males have penises, and the females have vaginas. At mating time, the penis goes into the vagina. Then, when the sperm cells head inside, they follow the same tubes and processes all the way up, so that way the sperm and the egg cells meet and combine. Then the fertilized egg goes up, and that is how it all begins. Nothing really too different, as you can see, following the same kind of parts and areas, just much smaller since they're Hatchimals. When the baby is inside of the Hatchimal, it develops in some interesting ways. Hatchimals often start with their first things being formed are the brain and the heart, similar to babies. However, it's weird what forms next. The tail and the beak are actually next to form. They don't really have anything to hold on to. They kind of just float there. But over time, the whole body does form. And by about the 3-month mark, the whole body has fully formed, but is small, very small. Certain details are very much lacking, in certain senses too. A Hatchimal born at this stage would have a approximately 0.01% chance of living. Between months 4 and 5, the Hatchimal goes through a new phase. They start getting a little more color and a little more sense. The heart rate starts increasing a little, and everything starts really getting ready for the big phase coming up. But in months 6 through 7, they get a little bit bigger and look a little bit more different. Their tail actually goes away during this phase, and then recreates itself during the 8th and 9th month. And in that 8th and 9th month, that is when the Hatchimal gets to its full size of its full baby size. Usually, a baby Hatchimal isn't that big. Usually, it's about the size of Golden Parakeet, which is a recent example for Kennyland. It's about the size of a small Hatchimal keyring, because, well, that's Kennyland logic! I mean, duh, do you not get it by now? That's what Kenny would say. After the baby Hatchimal is born, Hatchimals of course require all the same care that adult Hatchimals need every day, but of course they can't do it on their own like adults. They also require very similar care to actual babies. Feeding, diaper changes, comfort, all of it. It's all about the same. Although, notably, baby Hatchimals are typically more calm than actual babies, but can still have their little moments. Not much growing in terms of physical happens during the first year or two. However, around the time a Hatchimal, somewhere between the ages of 3 and 5, a magical transformation happens. This process is a miracle and is most likely done by the Kennyland gods and Kenny himself. How we have proof of this is because this little Hatchimal sprouts into a full-sized Hatchimal. Its full final size, and physically it'll never change ever again. It's a huge transformation, and during this transformation, that's when the vocal cues, steps, and everything finish developing. Hatchimals start learning to talk and walk both around the age of 2 to 2.5. This may seem a bit late for some standards, however, they develop rather quickly, and it's always started at this age for a particular reason, because this is preparing them for what will come next. The cognitive development also happens during this time. The brain actually gets a little larger, and also the knowledge and what it can understand, of course, is increased. Memory forming. Hatchimals can start to remember things around the age of 4 to 4.5. However, typically will have their first memories from about 5. And that is about everything you really need to know. These are the basics, of course. There's many cells, systems, and more we can specifically zoom in and go and talk about. However, this is the basic processes, and this has been very simplified with no scientific terms. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to the Kennyland YouTube channel. And if you liked this video, then smash a like. And hey, if you really liked this video, then leave us a comment telling us what you thought about this video. If you have any questions about the Hatchimals, sex, or babies processes, then comment it down below, and we may do a Q&A video if needed. That is all from me. I'm Daniel Smith, and I'm signing out.